Death, you gonna do the intro?
I didn't know we were ready.
Oh my God.
I gave you the
This
countdown!
That is exactly what I told you not to do.
All right. We got this. Are you ready?
Oh.
Alright, now we gotta run it back. Let me give you the countdown again. 5, 4, 3, 2,
5, 6,
1,
8, 3, 4.
go!
All right, I got lost at 4 because the Bills. All right. Hello and welcome back to Stupid Sports, where we have 4 idiots give their opinions on topics related to sports. Their opinion is either stupid or genius. Let's find out. I'm your host, Death the Mod, aka the Maniacs Gaming, aka Mike Evans Enthusiast. Today I am joined by my comrades. We've got Hassel, the biased Philly Sixer fan.
Bro, this guy does
More
not have
focused.
a creative bone in his body. He used the intro that we wrote out like 6 months ago.
I
Anyway,
couldn't
what's up,
find
guys?
the intro!
You
What's up,
basically
guys?
just quoted it.
Sixers to the finals. Eagles got the steals of the draft. It's good in here.
Alright, wait, we're gonna talk about that
it's good.
later.
Hush. Also,
We're doing
I was
good.
busy working on a project for my channel that, can't talk much about it because I don't want spoilers, but yeah. Anyway, we are also joined by Nevitz, the calm and collected Bills fan who lost his shit when he realized the Bills drafted on Thursday night.
I am calm. I am collected.
And he went to bed early, even though the Bills traded up.
Well, no, I went to bed before they traded up, because I have to be up at 4:30 in the morning for work. I'm sorry that I need sleep.
And last but certainly not least, we have Poncho, who's hoping that the Raiders draft class turns out to be as fulfilling as his bag of chips.
Sabritones, please sponsor us. I will literally eat a bag of this every single day if you sponsor us.
Gosh, dude.
Hear me out.
It's
We get
true.
them to sponsor us to be our food sponsor, and then we get Dr. Pepper to be our
This
official
podcast is
sponsor.
brought to you by.
Us. It's brought to you by us.
Hey, hold on. This podcast is brought to you by Greece. The one thing that Philadelphia relies on during its championship runs, because it never works because their fans are immune to grease. Come supply your local Philadelphia Police Department now by calling 1-800-GREASE-GREASE.
Wait, you're
I don't
telling
know
me...
why they're doing it anymore. It doesn't work.
Death, you're telling me that it's not sponsored by the Philadelphia Bulldogs?
It is sponsored.
Yeah, 100%.
It's actually sponsored by Howie Roseman himself.
Oh, that's amazing.
There's
We're gonna have
Imagine.
Kessel coming in here barking, just like with the dog mask on, just barking at us. Honestly,
I don't actually have
I'm
that.
waiting with it.
I don't know. Oh, we're also sponsored by the Phila Georgia Bull Eagles, or they're also known as the Georgia Delphia Eagle Dogs.
I like that one.
Honestly, Georgia Delphia Eagle Dogs
Right.
sounds pretty dope.
Right from the Philadelphia
I
Eagles
like that one.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I like that one. And you guys say the social
Oh,
media teams.
Oh my God! Wait, Castle, look away for
They
a
do
second.
because they don't have all the picks ready. That's why.
Castle, look away for like 2 seconds so I can show Poncho and Nevitz the sin that I have done that might upset you.
Crime.
I don't follow the Eagles social media team.
Okay.
My bad.
I don't
My
care.
bad,
I was
dog.
gonna say, I only
I don't
follow
care, you
the
should-
Bills
you should
and the
throw 'em a
Eagles. I don't follow
They're
any
underrated.
other sports teams.
You know what the worst part is? I follow all other NFL teams.
Okay.
For the simple reason of I try to keep on track of their off-season moves and all that fun stuff. And, I find it easier just to follow the sources versus the reporters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia's apparently the only one I missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing a lot. You're missing a lot.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot of where's your draft class, bud?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Where's my
Where's the list,
draft
bro?
Where's your
class?
draft
It's the
class
best in the
recap?
league.
Where's- No, it's the best in the league, but where's the list?
Yeah, where's the
Uh,
graphic?
The
Uh,
Non-existent.
list.
look up your
Exactly.
butt.
Alright.
Mm,
So, anyway,
That's not good,
guys.
bud.
poop there.
Bro.
Anyway, my lovely children, we are going to move on. So, guys that are watching this lovely stream, if you turn your attention to the live chat, you will see
Oh.
here in a moment that
Over
the
there.
Idiot Sports official podcast channel is going to be in the comment section with segments for today. Woo woo!
It is also pinned in chat. Woo!
I didn't realize it was already there, if I'm being honest.
I put it there while I told you I was gonna put it there while we were in the stream starting soon phase.
So, for today's segments, we have number 1, NFL news. And then as you can see on, well, everybody's, right? I don't know.
Right,
Close
left,
enough.
I don't know, below us maybe.
Left, right.
Right.
Left, right.
That side of me, that side of Papa Poncho, we have round 1 draft here. Why it's up so
Okay.
early, I don't know, considering we're talking about NFL news first. Then we
I mean,
got
this is
round 1
literally
review of all the
the
picks.
Oh, here, you know what? If you really care about it that much, there you go, it's gone.
Anyway, then we're gonna talk
And it's
Oh,
gone.
I liked it. Come on.
I'll bring it back when we're ready to talk about
Children.
it, don't worry.
Yeah,
Alright.
we need a little bit of time.
After that, we're going to talk about notable round 2 to 7 picks, and then our own team's round 2 to 7 picks, and then we're going to give our early predictions for the rookies of the year, and then that should end the episode, as that'll be about 9 o'clock.
But if it doesn't,
And I guess we'll
It
kick out
doesn't.
the child early.
what?
Yes.
No, I
Exactly.
was
We'll go to
saying
bed
like
early.
we should do
Castle's
What's it called?
predictions
What's
for
the name of
rookies of the
NFL
year are
Dylan
Jalen
Carter.
Carter and
Olin Smith.
Colin Smith for
Yes,
offense.
Olin Smith for
Olin
offense.
Smith
He
for
plays tight
offense.
end. He's faster than all of our wide receivers.
There's no way he's
Is he
faster than
fast?
Prez.
No, he's not as
But
fast.
is he as swole as A.J. Brown?
Probably. No,
Probably.
he's not.
Okay.
Can he
Yeah,
squat, Can
probably.
he squat 600 pounds
Honestly,
Anyway,
like
I don't
Jalen
think
Hurts?
we'd notice much of a difference if Nolan Smith and AJ Brown switched positions.
Anyway, children. So,
Okay,
we're going
shall
to start
we?
off with sports news, with a couple of Bucks-related news. We'll start with the smaller
And
one. And
a
then
certain
we'll move on.
Boston related news.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're going to start with them on a more serious note. Unfortunately, news broke yesterday that the Tampa Police Department were called to the residence of Shaq Barrett, where unfortunately his 2-year-old daughter had passed away after falling into her pool. We are very heartbroken to find this out, and we want to give our condolences to the Shaq Barrett family. And I want to give a personal shout out to all the sports teams, such as the Niners, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Jags, and the Niners, who all reached out on social media, posted to the Buccaneers organization, sending their prayers and thoughts to the Barrett family, as well as the players such as Mahomes, Brady, Russell Wilson, and Baker Mayfield, who all posted on their social media accounts praying for the Barrett family. There were a lot more that I just can't recall off the top of my head, but thank you to all of them. And it is very unfortunate that happened. I can speak personally as a Bucks fan. I remember interacting with Barrett's post for his daughter's second birthday. That literally was the 19th of April. So she had literally just turned 2, so I was very heartbroken to find out.
Can we take a moment of
Condolences to-
silence?
This is a quick one.
Yeah, quick moment of silence. And scene.
I'm the only one doing a different salute.
None of us can decide. It's fine.
But the reality is that situation, it does suck, and it's like there's nothing
Yeah.
like obviously people can do, but it's just like it's just knowing that and like remembering and like bringing it more to light. I feel like it's just like an important thing, in my opinion. So
really-
thank you for
really-
bringing that up, Dad.
Really quick, for those of you who don't know, this is a salute from the Hunger Games. It was used in
Yeah,
one of the
I-
districts.
Yeah, no,
It was
I
used
knew,
in one of the
I knew it.
districts. Well, I'm gonna say for those who don't know.
There's nobody watching.
I don't
Also,
care.
I wanna point out-
VOD viewers. This was
Also,
used in
I-
one of the districts in the Hunger Games as a farewell to those who were selected to the Hunger Games, because basically that district never had a winner. So the people who got selected almost always died. So that was a salute to them. So it is. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to Nevitz for not repositioning our cameras on stream, so there's just a
True.
black space next to him.
Fair, that's.
Yeah, we need something to fill that space. There we go.
Hold on, no, just please.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was gonna make
let
a
me see it.
joke about the Falcons, but dang.
Oh, okay. Here. You can make the joke about the Falcons now.
Hey, look, it's their future with Desmond Ritter.
Wow.
In reality, he currently is the fourth worst quarterback in the division, just because he hasn't proven himself yet.
Yeah. Apparently,
Everyone
the
else has
Tyrant,
just proven
he's the
themselves
goat
to
already.
already be terrible, except Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Bryce Young by default is like number 3 or 2. It's because we don't know, but I think he does have a higher ceiling than Desmond
A
Ritter.
lot of people know that like he is like NFL ready and like he'll be ready to start date week 1. So
Anyway,
honestly, I have confidence
are
in
we
him.
gonna
But
get
we
into
can
this
talk about
segment?
that more later.
Anyway.
Because we're already running late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, so in other news for the Bucks, their short-term running back rental and long-term Bengals starter Giovanni Bernard recently announced his retirement after a decade of playing football. He obviously was well known in the Bengals community, and for the Bucks, he is most well known for messing up a punt fake. He let it hit him right in the chest. But yeah, enjoy retirement, Gio. Very unfortunate that your run in Tampa didn't end a little bit better, because I know you really wanted that Super Bowl ring.
Wait, was he not on the 2020 team?
He was not. Our running back core was Rojo, Lenny Fournette, and then we had Shady.
Right. You guys still had Rojo
We had
then.
Shady! We're not talking about Rojo.
Wait, did Shady get 2 rings without
Yes.
the Eagles?
He has only 2 rings.
But not with the Eagles.
And neither of
He was
them
on
were with the Eagles.
He was on the Chiefs for their ring, and then he went from the Chiefs to the Bucks.
Yeah, that's sad.
So he's one of the only players to have back-to-back rings, but he never played a snap in either game. And he played for 2
Wow.
different teams.
Alright, let's continue with the news.
In other news, I want to give a quick shout-out to the Boston Bruins
Let's
for choking a series harder than the Maple Leafs ever could, as well as saving Tampa Bay Lightning from being the biggest meme of the NHL playoffs this year.
I would
Real
like to say
quick,
a few words.
real quick, someone clip this, please, so I can post it on Twitter and tag the Panthers. Panthers, if you can DM us on our Twitter, which is going to be below Nevis's face, I will send you guys a fruit basket for saving my team from embarrassment by
Oh, Death,
eliminating
you're
the
gonna buy a
Bruins.
Brandon Montour jersey, right, Death? If they DM you?
You know what? If the Florida Panthers DM us, and you have to follow the podcast official Twitter account and
Stressing for too much,
subscribe
bro.
to the channel, I will buy the jersey and wear it for a whole stream.
Alright, Poncho, go.
Alright,
Poncho, go
okay,
clip
I'll
this
make it easier.
because Adam's not in chat.
Alright. So, Castle, your quick thoughts. Make them
The
quick.
Boston Bruins are a team of many failures, and now that the Toronto Maple Leafs' reign of choking has ended, Boston Bruins' reign of choking can be recognized because the Boston Bruins have sucked really bad despite making the playoffs basically every year. They've only made it to they've only won the Stanley Cup once in the past like 15 years of their cup window because the Vancouver Canucks just straight up choked harder. And the Boston Bruins have finally saved the Tampa Bay Lightning from 2018-19 from being the worst meme of all time when they got swept 4-0 by Columbus. Big shout out to Sergei Bobrovsky, the goaltender who backed both the Columbus Blue Jackets, who beat the Lightning in 2018, and the Florida Panthers,
All right,
who beat
come
the
on.
Bruins in 2022. Sorry, I love
Wrap it
hockey.
up.
But
Wrap it
Bruins, what happened?
Alright, that meme's dead. Come on now. Also, pretend this is a torch because the Leafs passed it off to the Bruins as biggest chokers in NHL right now. Anyway, so we're going to move on from that bit to a bunch of fifth-year options. Decisions came out today. I'm just going to run through them quickly, as a lot of them, in my opinion, were no-brainers. But if there's any you guys would like to talk about, we can. fifth-year options that were picked up. So these are the ones that were picked up to add a fifth year to the first-rounders' contracts. We have Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, both of which I think were obvious. Brandon Ayuk, one that surprised me, but I understand why. AJ Terrell, again, one that was, I think, a no-brainer. Justin Herbert, again, with the quarterback market, no-brainer. Jedrick Willis got his picked up. Derek Brown of the Panthers got his picked up. And Jerry Jeudy also got his picked up. Last three of those I thought were also kind of smart decisions by their teams. And then ones that got denied. This does not mean that they will not be getting a contract extension, but this means at this time their teams do not want to pick up that fifth-year option, whether it is for money purposes and they think they can get him for a better structured deal, or they don't want to bring him up, but this means they will be a free agent after this upcoming season. We have Kenneth Murray, Chase Young, Cesar Ruiz, Patrick Queen, and Isaiah Simmons all got their fifth-year options denied. David, the Raiders can't bring everybody.
That's true, honestly. Though the last two, like the linebackers, like I want them so freaking bad because we need middle linebackers.
Hold on, Castle. So let me get this straight. You were debating whether or not to wear your Sixers jersey or your Eagles jersey.
It was.
You decided to wear both.
Let's go. Should have replaced this 21 with
gosh.
a 44 for playoff Paul. But,
Gabriel! Gabriel's in the chat!
Let's go, Gabriel!
Hey.
But why does this like scream to me? Like, if you're on TikTok, obviously you probably have seen him a lot. If you're on NFL TikTok, we hoopin'. This just screams we hoopin'.
I don't know who that is.
He's basically a quote-unquote Ravens fan that wears so many freaking jerseys.
Oh, yeah. I've actually seen that. It sucks.
Oh my god, I hate this guy so much.
Get to the
I hate
rest
this
of the
kid.
news?
Yep. Real quick, we're gonna jump over to Nevitz with a free agent signing that the Bills made.
Oh, hold on, shoot, I gotta pull up the list. I forgot what it was. Wait, what was
Do you
it?
need a reminder?
Yeah, because it's
Jordan
not in the
Gooding.
list.
None
Latavius
other-
Murray?
The best backup running back last year,
Oh.
Latavius Murray.
Latavius
Excuse
Murray.
me,
When did
Kenneth
this happen?
Gainwell.
Oh, Latavius Murray.
Okay.
That's what's like today.
This was this morning.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Also,
He's not
Castle.
a real fan. Just kidding.
Castle,
I'm busy,
yours
okay?
is a running back by committee situation, so Kenneth Gainwell does not count as the backup.
That's true.
Kenneth Gainwell definitely counted as the backup last year.
No, you have a running back by committee thing. Like,
Sanders
Yeah.
put up 1,200 yards.
I mean,
that just means he was the best running back in the
Sanders,
committee.
okay,
Yeah, that's true.
Castle, Sanders is also not in Philly anymore.
I said last
Oh.
year.
Oh,
They
okay,
were talking about last
okay.
year.
True.
Anyway,
Sorry, I was missing
So-
stuff because I was doing Fantasy Football League commissioner stuff.
so Nevitz
Yeah.
thought on Latavius Murray to Buffalo.
I hate it because I want James Cook to be amazing. I don't want more running
James
backs.
James Cook is 100% the starter. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, no, I think so, but I feel like you can have Latavius Murray there just in case injuries start piling on.
That's
in my
true.
opinion.
That's true.
Also, let's be
Also,
real.
veteran presence. Actually, maybe this is a good thing. Veteran presence for Cook.
Exactly. Cook's
I don't know the
still,
details though.
Only in his second year. Latavius Murray, I think he only signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a nice veteran
how many years
presence.
was Damian Harris signed for? Was it 2?
I don't think it was that long.
I think it was 2 or 3.
I don't remember.
I'm looking it up too.
Castle, quit complaining.
No, mom is way.
We'll take our time if we want to take our time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright.
moving on, since Castle wants to complain.
Yeah.
We have the lovely Jags making a big contract extension. Devon, I don't know. Devon Hamilton.
Devon. What about
Hamilton
that name would
contract.
make you think Devin?
Because he made a
Devin.
typo in the list in Discord.
Oh my god.
It says Devin.
I did. Because the
That's
original
disrespectful.
tweet I got from lovely, Adam Schefter, which of course was removed after I realized there was a typo in it, had Devin. Because, Adam Schefter likes to be the first on things and misspell half of it.
Or
Or, you
say
know,
absolutely
sounds
just
like
horrible
Shefty.
things.
Alpha
Okay, so,
dog.
Or,
Alpha.
Devon Hamilton, pretty
Alpha.
good defensive tack. Oh, hi, Alpha.
He
How's
says
it going?
Zach
Alpha?
Moss about to own the league. Doubt.
Out.
Real quick, Devon Hamilton is actually like a super underrated player, and I had never heard about him before this year. He's like actually really good. Like he definitely deserved that contract. Like he's one of the he's a really good defensive
Asshole?
tack. What?
Can I give the details of the contract for you say he 100% deserved it?
Okay, whatever. I
So
wasn't
he
really
got
listening, so
He got a 3-year deal worth $34.5 million. $23 million of it is guaranteed. And it has a max value of $36 million. I think he's set to make like $18 million of it in the first year.
clear up space for when the Jags make their not cup run. I'm talking hockey. When they
Up
make
run,
their Super Bowl
yes.
run. They make their Super Bowl run.
The Lombardi
Yeah,
run.
close enough. Bro, imagine if the NFL did a best of 7 playoffs.
That would be hell
That
of a
would go
play.
into like April.
Yeah.
We
that
we
too.
would have backups on backups on backups by game like 6
That
or
would
7.
overvalue like backup QBs and all that. Like
Yeah,
you would need,
Mariota,
like,
too
12 of
good.
them. Mariota would
Or
actually
McKee.
kind of help out that team, and then they
Meanwhile-
realize, oh, okay, we can
Hold
actually
on.
guard him, and then it'll be over.
Meanwhile, we got Mahomes in a wheelchair, rolling
My
up to the
God.
underneath center. All right, boys, let's go.
Okay. Next thing.
Hey,
You're going
next
too
thing-
slow. We've spent 16 minutes
I
on this.
don't-
We can talk about news. We don't have that. We don't need to spend that long. Like we can spend however much we want.
anyway, well, this is a quick one for you because it got
Yeah.
confirmed the other day that the NFL has officially announced. Well, basically announced that the announcement date for the NFL schedule for this upcoming season is set for May 11th. Apparently, Roger Goodell and a couple of schedule makers are going to be sitting down later this week or early next week to basically put the final touches on it, since there were those last-minute transactions, such as, A-Rod to the Jets and Ravens getting Lamar. So they're probably going to get a few more primetime games for the Jets as well as the Ravens.
I
Do the
wonder
Jets
who's
play the
gonna
Packers
be on
this year?
opening Thursday.
No, maybe. It's
The Packers play the Jets,
possible
that's 100.
because they both finished third in the division last year. So if AFC East is playing the NFC North
I
finishers,
think that's next year. I think that's
so then
next year.
no, they wouldn't be.
Okay.
Let me check on that.
Yeah.
The Packers
Yeah,
play the Jets in
I
2023.
have no idea what's gonna be the first game of the season. Who could guess?
Is it-
it's
here we
good-
go.
Are the Chiefs playing the Eagles again?
Yeah, we play the Eagles this year.
I
It
don't,
probably
I don't
will
think
be.
that's going to be the first game, though.
I don't think so either. I think
all
Don't
right,
make it week 18, please.
all right, hold
Actually,
on.
yeah, make it week 18 so it doesn't matter. Let's go.
It
it'll be
can't
either
be
week
week
18.
18.
Can't be week 18.
Oh yeah.
Week 18 is always division matchups.
Oh right.
Also,
Week 17.
hey, children, for context, the Packers do not play the Jets. They get the AFC West and the NFC South, and then they're also going to play the Giants and the Steelers.
Who?
And they should be
Packers.
playing one
Packers.
other team. Wait, hold on. The Giants, the Steelers, and what NFC
then they get
division
the-
did you say they're playing? NFC South?
Bro, nobody.
NFC
nobody
South,
heard.
the AFC West, oh, and the Rams.
Yeah, I was going to say the Rams.
my joke.
Sorry, I didn't see them because, they're irrelevant now.
My joke. It
Honestly,
died.
Chiefs Bills could be the first game of the season.
I could see it if they play the Bills.
They do.
I don't know if they do.
They
or not.
do.
I very well
Anyway.
could see it.
Oh, we could do
Uh,
an entire episode like breaking this down once
Yeah,
it
yeah,
comes out.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
And then we're gonna react
and-
to yeah.
me and David are gonna be sitting here like, yeah, we have like no primetime games. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Have only prime
And
time.
we're gonna
games.
have we're gonna have all the primetime games right
Yeah,
here.
we have
No, no,
only.
Hey,
we
no,
let
it's
each
not.
other-
knowing the NFL though, it's gonna be the opposite way. It's gonna be Raiders and Bucks still getting prime time, and then
Oh, no,
like
they'll
on
be put
Thursday
on
nights
Thursday
and all that.
night. They'll be put on Thursday night.
Sorry.
Thursday night.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, me and David are both gonna get one primetime game each. Whenever he plays,
And it's gonna be
the
on
first
Thursday.
time,
And it's gonna be on Thursday for sure.
it's gonna be the first time the Rays play the Chiefs because rivalry game, and then it's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
the first time the Bucks play the Saints because again rivalry game.
Oh my
Are we? Do
God,
we even
yeah,
need to
you're
talk
right.
about Adam Troutman because he's kind of irrelevant?
It's still a trade.
I mean, he's back with his
Oh.
former head coach.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Since Castle likes to jump the gun and ruin the bit,
What bit?
I was gonna set it up that, you know, I'm just gonna go with it. In other NFL news, head coach of the Broncos, Sean Payton, traded for his former tight end that he absolutely loved to use when he is in New Orleans. No, I don't mean the Swiss Army knife and Taysom Hill. I mean the other tight end. It might be the starter. I don't know. They've got like 6 or 7 he liked to use. Adam Troutman. He was traded as well as the 7th to the Broncos for pick number 196.
Anybody have any thoughts? I don't.
I mean,
6 and 11.
I just have
6
the
and
thought that
11.
you said, Castle, before stream started, which was just why? Because now they have
Yeah.
3 tight ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Sean Payton
chaos.
likes his tight ends, but
Hear me out. Hear me out. I figured it out. They're just gonna have the O-line line up. They're gonna have 2 tight ends on both sides. Then they're gonna have the backup tight end in the back as a fullback. They're gonna hand the ball off every play. They're just gonna run it down the
No,
field.
no, they're always just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
run QB draws with Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's definitely how to tear a leg.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
that is how you get Russell Wilson more toilets in his house than touchdowns.
All right.
Let's rock.
As we have covered that, it is time to move on.
Wait, hold
Evans!
on. Alpha has brought up a great NFL news point. In other NFL news, Philadelphia looking to draft the actual Georgia Bulldog in 2024.
Yeah.
Let's make it
And he
happen.
plays
Yeah, let's make
safety.
it happen.
And he plays safety.
Yes.
You had so many opportunities to get Brian Branch, and you just said no. That's the funniest part.
Hey!
Nobody wants
Hey!
to trade with Howie, you know.
Whoa! Back up! David, when did you change your profile picture
When?
on YouTube?
I know what you're talking about.
Also, Gabriel,
It doesn't
how dare
matter,
you
bro. Who
reveal the
cares?
fact that I threw out my voice? It was actually a lot longer than a month. There was like a solid
Alright.
6 months where I couldn't talk.
Graphic is
It
up.
was bad.
Graphic is up, boys.
Yeah,
Alright,
graphics
We're
is up.
professional
First
streamers.
round
We're
draft.
actual graphics
First
now.
round.
We're
You're
so
so advanced.
professional.
You're so advanced, guys. You're so good.
Yeah, we're
at
so good at our
things.
job.
We're the
Yeah.
best.
Alright, so how
It's
this
like
is
the
gonna work?
76.
How is this gonna work? We are going to be going through the entire first round of the NFL draft. We are going to be giving our initial thoughts for every pick. We'll go in more depth with our own teams, as obviously we care more about those. We're going to start with myself as I read out the picks, and if there's any trades that happen with that pick, as well as my initial thoughts on the player, and then we are going to go in this order: Castle, and Nevitz, and then Papa Poncho.
Okay.
Everyone good?
Wait, hold on.
All right. So with the first,
Damn it. Okay, go ahead.
all right, with the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Panthers selected Bryce Young,
What a surprise.
quarterback. Obviously, me being a Bucks fan, I don't want to be playing Bryce Young twice a year.
Could have been Will
But-
Levis.
I'm not 100% sure he's going to be the starter week 1.
He will. He is going to be the starter week 1.
Yeah, he
I-
is.
be the starter
likely
week
he
1.
will. Obviously, I don't want him to be. But
So
he
Will Levis better. Clearly.
Obviously, as the Panthers absolutely needed the quarterback position, I'm going to give this an easy A-. I can't quite give it an A because I don't like the skill position players around him quite yet. I definitely need to see it on the field before I can really give it a higher grade than that, but I still feel like a solid A- is going to be a good grade for him going to the Panthers first overall. Obviously, they got their QB, hopefully, of the future.
How is that an A-? That was the best pick that they could have made, and by everything that
Fully
I
agree.
I'm not entirely sure that he's going to do well his first season. A lot of people are predicting him to be the early offensive rookie of the year, and I just don't see it.
Okay, but in my opinion, that is the best pick that they could have made, and since that they could not have made a better pick, Bryce Young is that guy. There's no more
All right.
Can you let me
Uh,
speak?
Out of
Please?
respect for you, Castle, I will move it up to an A.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
As the highest I will go.
and you'll let me talk, please.
No.
So, can I talk now
Oh my.
for a minute?
No, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Death had like a minute long time to talk about friggin' Bryce Young. Yeah, Bryce Young is really good at football. He's the best pick the Panthers could have made for the reason they made the pick. He's at Alabama for a while. Last year was his sophomore year, or junior year.
Junior. I think.
Junior
Was
year.
he
So yeah,
redshirt
so he's
junior?
obviously NFL ready if they think that he can come
No idea.
out of college as a junior. And yeah, I think he's gonna lead the Panthers to pretty good success. I hope they're acquiring weapons for him. I like the O-line enough. Oh yeah, I think he's gonna cook.
So I'm actually gonna give this pick a B+. And before you guys freak out, here is my reasoning. They basically gave up their entire future, or at least their 2024 future, to trade up from 9 to 1. They gave up the best player that they had on offense and several first-round picks to move up here. Yes, I think it is the best possible pick that they could have made at that spot, but I don't like how much they had to give up to get to that spot to be able to draft him. Yes, Castle.
The best player they have on offense is not DJ Moore, it's Andy Dalton.
That is simply false.
Alright.
The ginger
Moving
hammer.
on.
The ginger
Moving
hammer.
on.
Yeah, no, I'll give it an A2, honestly. Like, just pass by me, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright, next up, we've got the Texans. Are we all cool with doing their picks at the same time?
Yeah.
Since you
Yeah.
said-
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
Alright,
Castle.
so first off, Texans with the second overall pick selected C.J. Stroud. Again, same with the Bryce Young, I'm going to give it an A simply because I don't think the offensive weapons are there even more than Panthers. His number one receiver is going to be John Mechie. Assuming Mechie plays.
Gonna
No,
play.
it's
And
gonna
I-
be it's gonna be Nico Collins.
Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz.
No, but
Dalton
we're talking
Schultz,
wide receiver.
Really?
I forgot
That
about
weapon
Schultz,
is not
honestly.
does not mean wide receiver.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
yeah.
so then immediately after that pick, the Texans decided, hold on, we're not done. Go Arizona. Give us number 3. And Arizona said, okay, but you have to give me the number 12 pick, your second rounder this year, and your first and third for 2024. And the Texans said, okay, but you have to include your fourth rounder this year. And then they said, okay. And the Texans were back on the clock and selected none other than one of the best defensive players in the draft, or
Yeah.
the best, depending on how you look at it.
Best edge, in
If
my
you
opinion.
are concerned about
Edge.
character concerns, Will Anderson Jr. I'm going to give this an easy A+. That's because Will Anderson at one point was expected to be the number 1 player in the draft entirely. And of course, obviously, the running quarterbacks dropped him down to number 3. I think he's going to be an absolute game wrecker for the Texans defense that absolutely needs more pass rush help.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
especially
give it
after
an easy A+.
losing, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's like Ogbo Okoronkwo.
No idea.
Yeah, he was their best edge rusher last year, and they lost him. He's actually pretty good.
Even
so
then, they could
Uh,
always upgrade to like the best available, you know.
yeah, I'll start
Especially
with
being John.
Stroud. Yeah, he is another quarterback who I believe he's the only other quarterback that I think is
Devin
actually.
Will Levis.
Oh my God, bro! Can I speak? He's the only other quarterback other than Bryce Young in this draft who I think is NFL ready, because AR's a project, Will Levis is a project, and all the other quarterbacks they're not that good. Okay, so Stroud, I think he was also the pick there. I'm gonna go with another A, like Death said.
I'm gonna give it an easy A+.
All right,
All right, next up, we've got the Texans with the second overall pick selected C.J. Stroud. Again, with same with the Bryce Young, I'm gonna give it an A.
I'm not worried about Stroud. I think that was a very good pick for the Texans. And now Will Anderson, obviously the second best defensive player in the draft. Obviously a great pick at 3. What'd you say, Death?
Bias.
Nice. Nasty cough. Sorry.
Oh wait, we know who's talking about. He's talking about Christian Gonzalez.
No, I'm
No,
talking
Tyree
about
Wilson, obviously.
talking about Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, Tyree Wilson. All right. Anyway, continue.
And yeah, Will Anderson, really good. He's better than Jalen Carter. Best defensive player in this draft. I'm gonna give that an easy A+.
Alright.
I'm gonna have a timeout on that just because also I feel like the talent is either gonna be like equal. My opinion at least. That could be
Oh
like
my
equal
God.
to like we don't know honestly.
Alpha, you are entertaining me in chat. Thank you.
Oh no, what did Alpha?
Yeah, let's
We're talking
go,
about the
Alpha.
Georgia Eagle Dogs, and Alpha said it hurts for Stetson incoming.
Stetson QB1. Let's go.
That's in
Alright.
QB1.
Evans, your opinion on Stroud and Will Anderson?
So Stroud, I think, was actually, if it wasn't for like this weird testing thing that came out like really early before the draft, I really thought that he was going to be the Panthers pick at 1. So like I thought that he was the best quarterback in this class. So I would 100% give that an A+ for the Texans. They stuck it to where they shouldn't have been in the first place, but Lovie Smith sold. But yeah, so, and they got who I think is actually the best quarterback in this draft. At 3, I give it an A. I think Will Anderson is a fine pick. Once again, same thing with the Panthers. I don't like what they had to give up to get there. But hey, they got their J.J. Watt replacement 3 years after J.J. Watt left them. So.
Funny to think about, but yeah, it's honestly true. Should I just done Will Levis at 2, in my opinion. Honestly. Can't even say that with a straight face, honestly, but those were some good
Imagine
picks. I was
if
like,
they took Will and Will.
Oh my god.
dude, the Wills! The battle of the Wills!
Alright,
No, and then
moving on.
I was hoping CJ was gonna fall because of that like the test or whatever. I'm like, dude, he's not gonna go number 2 because he's still a good quarterback. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead. All right, next picks or yeah,
Pick.
Colts.
Did you give your opinion on Will Anderson?
Oh no, no. Like I gave my opinion. It should have been the Wills. Should have been Will Levis and Will Anderson. So.
Alright, with the 4th overall pick, the Colts selected none other than some random veteran quarterback that's going to be washed up completely. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Bridge quarterback.
I'm kidding. They picked Anthony Richardson. And to quote an actual Colts fan who messaged me on Discord, y'all know him as Alpha Dog, quote him, Super Mega W. I
have to agree. I have to agree with Alpha.
It's
Sorry.
me. It's
Yeah,
me.
go ahead,
However-
Castle.
later on, he did say that he actually does want Minshew to start this season.
Oh, interesting.
Which I don't hate. I definitely think Minshew is not a terrible quarterback.
I think Minshew is a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, because you couldn't play in your
Well-
system.
Your system was not meant for Minshew. It was meant for
Exactly.
Jalen Hurts.
Honestly, yeah,
Exactly.
that's on Steichen. Steichen's horrible,
Which
bro.
Steichen is now in Indianapolis, though.
Oh,
No, he was
True.
actually pretty terrible.
Like.
I forgot about that.
Oh my
Alright,
god, that's true.
Anthony Richardson start week 1 for the simple fact of that Colts
Yeah.
want to run the ball with the QB and are
yeah.
on RPOs.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do it like Will Levis.
Don't you guys love run pass options? I know Shane Steichen does. Whatever.
But I'll give the Colts a B for this pick, simply because it's obviously going to take some time for him to develop, and in my opinion, he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons outside of Michael Pittman Jr. and the O-line last season proved to not be what it once was, and Jonathan Taylor took a little bit of step back due to injuries. But I do think the O-line and Jonathan Taylor are both going to bounce back this year. So I'll give it a B for now. Definitely can improve, though, once AR starts developing, as we hope he will.
So the thing with Anthony Richardson that we all know, it's like a no-brainer at this point, is that he's either an A+ or an F-. Like he's such a boomer bust player that I can't accurately grade it right now. I think he's going to be very good. I think he could very well end up being the best quarterback from this draft class, but we just have no idea. So I don't think that he's gonna play week 1. I think that there are a couple things that he can learn from Minshew, despite Minshew being literal dog water. But I think Richardson will be starting at some point this year, and when he takes that starting job, I don't think he's going to give it back.
Just a quick note. I don't remember if it was Jim Irsay or the GM.
Talking about Will Levis.
No. Who said Anthony Richardson is the week 1 starter? Someone in the Colts front office, I don't remember who it was, in a press conference named Anthony Richardson the week 1 starter. So, just throwing that out there. For me, I give this pick an A-. I think it is an amazing pick for the Colts in their offense. He will be a great fit with his rushing ability, and with Shane Steichen in there, that he will be able to run a very similar offense to what he ran in Philadelphia.
All right,
and we
so
saw
I found
how
the
effective
quote.
that was.
Found the quote that Nevis is referring to, where Irsay said, "I always felt like Richardson was going to be the guy we went with early on. He said of the floor to start. Irsay didn't confirm whether or not Richardson will be the week 1 starter, but he emphasized how he believes it is important to get young quarterbacks on the field. I definitely see how that could be twisted to make it seem like he does want to start him week 1.
I would not be surprised at all if he's the starter week 1.
I definitely would not be.
And with
honestly.
Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, like you were saying, Death, I do expect the O-line to bounce back a little bit. I think that is a very potent rushing offense that could possibly rival the 2022 Eagles in terms of the rushing
What
power.
O-line?
I definitely don't hate that. Obviously, the O-line has to bounce back.
The
I think a
O-line
lot
has
of the-
to. The O-line has to.
I
But
think
Jonathan
a
Taylor
lot
is
of-
way better than Miles Sanders.
I think a lot of the Colts' issue last year was the fact that just they had to sit there and wait because they didn't have a quarterback that can maneuver around in the pocket in Matty Ice.
Mm-hmm.
He's very much like Big Ben in his older years, where he sits in the pocket like a statue.
Even Minshew can move around in the pocket better than Matty Ice.
Yeah. And the ice is like it takes 10 business days to make 1 step. So.
and then we also have Tom Brady that's maneuvering the pocket while I'm screaming at the TV. Tom, stop trying to maneuver in the pocket. You're gonna tear your ACL again.
Then by the time you say that, he's barely making the first step. He's like, you're doing the whole conversation, and then he's just still like this. He's still like stuck.
Still more maneuverable in the pocket than Matty Ice. Let's be real.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Castle, can you literally stop? Like, we're allowed to have a conversation.
We have 20 minutes to get through the next 28 picks. I'm just
Go
Like
yeah.
10, we don't care. After the next 10, like we don't care honestly that much.
I
That's our own.
care.
There are
Alright,
some
not
picks that I
bad.
care about.
So once we hit, like, pick 19, we'll just jump right to 30 so Castle can be happy and get
All
back.
right.
25.
Oh, yeah, 25. My bad.
Yeah,
All right,
25.
we'll get to 19, skip to 25, and then skip to 31.
There's some picks that I think we can just like breeze over, but like we'll get to
Yeah.
we'll do that when we get to it though.
Yeah.
Alright.
Honestly.
All right, let's just get a more of a rapid fire so Castle can stop complaining.
Yeah. Let's just
I
get like
will.
one sentence
In-
thoughts on the next picks.
David, opinion on AR.
Well now it's me. Okay, god damn it.
All right, that's
A B.
go.
Yeah, B, because he's still a project, so honestly, he might need a little bit more time, but he has, like we all keep saying, like, he has the highest ceiling, probably one of the highest ceilings, just for his physical abilities.
Agreed. All right, with the 5th overall pick, the Seahawks select Devon, Devin, I don't know.
I think it's
Witherspoon.
Devon, but I've also heard Devin.
I've heard both, so I have no idea.
I think it's Devin, and then Witherspoon.
Either way, my thoughts on it. I think the Seahawks are going to have a borderline top 10, top 5 cornerback duo next year with him and Tariq Woolen.
Agree with that?
Asshole, I swear to God, if you mention Slay, I'm going to smack you.
A lot better than Bradbury.
Oh my gosh.
Do I have to make the
Top
quote
10.
again? So do I have to make the quote again?
I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this an easy. I'm going to give it a B+. Simply because he's obviously not going to be CB1. It is going to be Tariq Woolen. And I personally do think that they need more help on their D-line. But I don't hate the pick. I personally would have gone a different direction. But I'll give it a B.
I agree with that, so you can pass
I'm
me.
gonna go I like a B, maybe a B-, because they really could have used Tyree Wilson or Jalen Carter. And I think what I said, everything that Death said I agree with, except maybe not the top 5 corner part.
He said top 10.
The top 10 borderline top 5.
And they have the
Oh.
potential to do that, so you
Oh
can
yeah,
always
top 10,
improve.
top 10 easily. Top 5, I don't know.
That's why he said borderline.
Borderline, dude. Jesus, just because you're...
Anyway, moving on.
God, this child.
We're gonna ignore the biased Eagles fan getting upset because we're getting.
Sorry that Ringo has stiff hips. I'm sorry.
All right, Evans, your thoughts?
I think that with that secondary is going to be scary. Because you've got Devin Witherspoon, you've got the Tariq Woolen, you've got Quandre Diggs in the back. Like, that's a.
So have Kobe Bryant.
They also have Kobe
Plus,
Bryant.
not to mention,
Yeah.
not to mention some man by the name of Jamal Adams who barely played last year.
Oh yeah, that guy too. That guy exists.
Isn't he a box?
I don't know.
No,
Safety?
I think he's a strong safety.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah.
Might also play a little sub linebacker.
But no, that secondary is going to be scary. I think it's very
Oh, yeah.
uncharacteristic of the Seahawks, but also, like, they're going for the Legion of Boom. They want the Legion of Boom back. Pete Carroll knows what he wants, and he went for it. I give it like a B+. So.
All right, and then David already gave his thoughts, so we'll move
Yeah,
on
I
to
basically
pick
agree with you,
number
so let's go.
6, which was
a weird one.
traded.
That was a weird
So,
one in my
The
opinion.
Lions traded their first round pick, number 6, and third rounder, number 81, to Arizona for the Cardinals' first rounder, number 12, which they got from the Texans, and their second rounder, 34, and their fifth rounder, 168. Which, no, wait, sorry. Yeah. 6 was originally from the Rams in the Matt Stafford trade, just to clarify that.
Mm.
And the Cardinals wound up using that for Paris Johnson Jr., which I'm going to give this an easy A, borderline A+, because, last year we saw it a little bit that Kyler Murray was under distress a lot of games, so they definitely need to get O-line help, and this is obviously one step in the right direction. Obviously, this is a pick that Kyler Murray was much in favor for.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this pick is clearly an A+. This is the first time the Cardinals are listening to what their franchise quarterback Kyler Murray says. And that is pretty huge for them. I'm not a Cardinals fan, but if I was, I'd be really excited about the future. Except for, next year, because they're going to be so bad.
They are going to be really bad
Yeah.
next year. But hey, they could have 2 top 5 picks in next year's draft because they have the Texans first rounder.
That's true.
However, if the Cardinals could not get the first overall pick somehow, because then they can have the freaking key to Caleb Williams, I would greatly appreciate that, because Jesus Christ, they would get so much value for that pick.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway, Nevitz, your thoughts on the Paris Johnson?
I thought it was weird. I always had the Cardinals going D-line in this draft, whether that be sticking where they were and picking Will Anderson Jr. or trading down and getting like a Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson. I think it's fine. It does fill a need, but it's not what I expected, so I'd still give it an A, though.
I feel like with this draft specifically, since there was a lot of depth edge pieces that were expected to be the second rounders, third rounders, the Cardinals were comfortable just trading up to get their O lineman to help protect their quarterback.
Mhm.
Right. Poncho, I know you don't know a lot about drafting franchise offensive linemen, but what are your thoughts about this?
Colton Miller's okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I
Anyways.
just had to take the dig at the Raiders while I could.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's our next pick. But anyways, I'll trade. However, well, actually, no, wait. Actually, no. The first pick might actually work out really well for them. But anyways, but no, amazing pick. Great O-line. They needed that, so I'm gonna give this an easy A+. Honestly, it was
Alright.
the trade was a little weird though. I will say that.
Alright, next up we have the Raiders with 7th overall selecting Tyree Wilson. Which we're just going to skip everybody. We're going to go right to David since it is his team.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know his thoughts because I called David up on draft night. And
Yeah.
then he started a whole thing where he thought they were going to be drafting Will Levis in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I was remember in our call, like it's documented by the way, so it's like I literally said my top 3. Jalen Carter because we need interior defensive line. Shut up, Castle. Anyways, Gonzalez was like 2 because I'm like, okay, I want defense. I think I had Gonzalez over Carter. I really like Gonzalez.
I believe it was Gonzalez, it was Tyree Wilson, and then it was Jalen Carter.
Nevis?
Excuse you, I'm
Nevis,
the
are you
one
okay?
streaming.
Did the whole stream just crash?
Yes,
Crash.
because no, the stream didn't, but he
Oh.
disconnected me from the call.
They hate you, bro. They hate you.
Okay,
I'm the one
but-
streaming this.
I think a lot of the reason that the Raiders probably didn't want to take Jalen Carter is because they already have enough of the whole, like, they're a prison team. So they're like, let's just avoid that entirely.
No, it's not even that. It's just I do worry. Like I'll get to Castle's notes later about like in Castle's picks or whatever. Like when it gets to it, just more about like him as a player and as his character basically. But Tyree Wilson though, I think I literally told you in the call. I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay with that. Honestly, like if we get him, it's like he's big enough to help in the interior defensive line. He's a big boy, so he can do that. And then pause, but anyways, and then an extra edge because Chandler Jones is not getting any freaking better. Oh,
Let's be real. A D line that has Max Crosby on one side and Tyree Wilson on the other. Like,
That's scary.
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Yeah.
we need that in the AFC West. Honestly,
Almost
we
as
really
scary
need
as the
that.
Philadelphia.
Mahomes is gonna roll out to his left
Oh,
side.
your
He's
time
gonna-
will come. Shut up, child.
Here we go,
Castle,
live
can you
look at
stop
Mahomes
talking
next
about the
season.
Eagles for 5 minutes, please?
I'll literally
five-
have my mic muted when you
uh,
talk, Castle.
Hold on.
Okay.
5 minutes might be a little bit short of time considering the Eagles are up in like 2 picks. So like, do we have to skip
Yeah, it's
them?
alright. We'll just take forever talking about Bijan.
Yeah, no, 100%. So let me just finish by saying that I'm kind of glad we actually like hit on him because a lot of people were. I still give this pick a B+ though, just because we could have used a corner, could have used interior defense, so like which is like Carter and Gonzalez basically there. I feel like would have been better for us. But I feel like Tyree Wilson will help us better in the long run. Whatever we decide to do with Chandler Jones and like all that other stuff. Everyone else?
Live look at Mahomes next season. Oh shoot, Max Crosby's rolling up on my right side. Let me roll out to my left. Oh, I'm on the ground because there's Tyree.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually think this is a good pick because I actually I made a mock draft. None of you probably saw it, but I actually had Tyree Wilson
I
going
did.
5, the Seahawks. So
I've
actually
seen,
like,
I've,
really
I've
like
done that
Alright.
in a couple of mocks as well.
I would agree with that honestly. Like he was a really
moving
good
on.
edge.
He's really good. You got yourself a really special play.
I think he's gonna be good for the Raiders. But anyway, moving
Also,
on.
he got
with,
the drip on draft night.
Moving on, Castle.
with the 8th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons selected some scrub by the name of Bijan Robinson.
Who's that? Definitely didn't want that guy.
Totally. I totally didn't want him to fall to 19. Totally.
Definitely didn't want him to be traded to fall to 30.
But obviously the Bucks fan in me hates this pick for the simple fact of I don't want to play Bijan twice a year.
It's
But
alright. You've got Vita Vea. You can stop him.
And
Bruins.
Fancy.
We'll
Hey,
get to him later.
we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. Anyway, but overall, I'm gonna give the lowest grade so far that I've given, and I'm gonna give the Falcons a C. Simply for the fact that running back was not one of their top needs. I think they had a bunch of other places they could have prioritized, such as
Ditto.
their D-line or getting a second cornerback to pair with AJ Terrell. So I think there was a lot of places the Falcons could have gone differently, and I would have definitely gone in a different direction than Bijan Robinson.
I definitely ditto to that though, honestly.
Yeah, totally.
Moving on.
I'm gonna give this pick a D actually.
Really?
I'm gonna.
Castle got skipped.
Yeah.
Well, Poncho went.
Archer just casually butts in. It's fine. He doesn't care a whole lot about these
Yeah,
things.
let him cook. Let him.
He
Cook.
doesn't have his own like mental thought process. He just agrees with us.
I like. I would have liked if Bijan wasn't selected here, but I'm fine with it. It's a pretty bad pick in my opinion. Like they have Algier, who is going to be one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's super young. He's physical, and he's got like.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, not anymore because they just ruined his career trajectory. And I mean, I guess the Falcons' running game was the only good thing about the Falcons last year. Like, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But also, if it ain't broke, make it really a lot better. Like that doesn't like really make sense. They could have addressed so many other needs, like Jalen Carter.
Receiver.
They have
Or
to.
full-time
Back
kicker.
on my receiver, because he knows how to do that. Like he played literally everything.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Papa Poncho.
Now you're gonna skip me?
Yeah,
You
you
already
skipped
gave
Devin.
yours.
No, I just
You
said my
already
grade.
gave
I
yours.
didn't say
No,
why.
he just talks about Patterson. Let him.
Yeah, he's talking about Cordell.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
put in Nevitz. Put in Nevitz.
So-
I already did it with
Alright,
you, Death,
fine.
so it's fine.
So no, I gave this pick a D. I think I'm agreeing with Alpha here. Alpha said it was the second worst pick of the round, and I agree with
Agreed.
that. They, like Castle was saying, they did not need running back. That roster has so many holes, and they did not fill any of them with their first pick in this draft. Instead, they went to a direction where they were already very good. It's Arthur Smith chasing his Derrick Henry high. Let him
Mr.
cook, I
Derrick.
guess.
Yeah.
All right, Papa Poncho.
Yeah, well, it's like that's literally lame. Where it's like they could have done like back to like everyone else's point, where it's like they literally could have went in such a different direction. And it's like I thought they were supposed to be like better this year, honestly, in that division, because they were starting to load up on like players and all that. And I was like, oh, okay, like they're gonna get somebody good. They're not gonna get Bijan, right? And then they got Bijan. I'm like, what? What are you
At
doing?
the same time,
Like,
though,
why-
Bijan is a generational talent.
Oh no, he's a generational
So,
talent,
like-
but it's like, why would you get him when there's other needs on your team?
All
Oh,
right,
best player
so-
available, but like still.
All right, next up we have pick number 9, which was traded again. Philadelphia trading up from number 10, which was originally from the Saints. Thank you, the Eagles, for taking the Saints pick away from them. And they traded to the Bears for their number 10 pick and a 2024 fourth rounder. You don't need to talk about this pick, right, guys?
No, we can skip it. It's good.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Cassie, you've already talked about it a little bit.
Do you
too.
guys know
Alright.
who this is?
No.
No,
Yeah, it's God. That's who it is.
I couldn't actually see the picture.
Okay,
It
Tyrant.
was Howie Rose.
Okay, Tyrant.
That's not Morgan Freeman.
That's Howie Roseman.
Tyrant, bro.
Okay.
Freeman.
Anyway, yeah, really good pick. I think he's gonna be. I think a hot take. Jalen Carter, good at football. A+ pick for him. What do you guys think?
D minus.
My biggest question with this pick is why do the Bears trade down? They had so many links to Jalen Carter pre-draft. Like they were expected to take him at 9. And instead
I
they
think
trade
that-
down and just spoon feed him to the Eagles.
I think
Yeah.
that they had their guy. They took what's his name?
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about that in a moment.
they took an offensive tackle who I just remembered his name. And I think he was their guy. They would have taken him at 9, and they felt like, oh, we can get blah 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 out of the Eagles. I don't know what the actual trade was, and still get.
It was
our
a
guy.
fourth.
It was a fourth, yeah. So we can get a fourth out of the Eagles and still take our guy, and the Eagles
Yeah,
get what they
like a
want
little
too.
bit kickback basically, which everyone won basically, so everyone got their guy.
That was a good trade for both
Except the
sides.
Bears.
because,
Personally, for myself, I'll give it an A. As in all reality, this would not have been the direction I go as the Eagles, but I also don't hate it because Howie's always had a presence for drafting D-line first. He's always prioritized his edge. But personally, I just feel like his edge room's getting a little bit too crowded at this point.
Well, so
yeah,
Jalen
but
Carter's
he's
not an
Jalen
edge.
Carter isn't an edge.
I mean
interior.
like D-line as a whole, like D-line, edge as a whole.
He
that
is-
room's
Fletcher
getting a little
Cox is on his
crowded.
way out, and the only other D tackles that we have are Davis and Milton Williams. And you know who Milton Williams is?
No.
Because non-Eagles fans don't.
Yeah, it's because he was a freaking Weddle answer.
Oh, okay.
The
And
only
then I had to
reason
look
no.
up because I went, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, no,
But no,
Milton Williams
they
is
lost Javon
sneaky
Hargrave.
good.
Like, this
We're
is
not
your
talking
Javon
about
no more
Hargrave. No, Jalen Carter is your Javon Hargrave replacement.
Yeah, but he could end
Sure.
up being better. He's a lot younger too.
All right, let's
Correct.
keep moving on before Castle gets cranky because he has to go to bed.
I'm not. I have to go to bed after Nevitz.
That's not true.
Anyway, number 10, the Bears selected Darnell Wright, who I low-key wanted to fall a little bit more to Tampa, but it's a good pick for the Bears.
Really good pick.
Personally, I like Skoronski.
Nevitz is losing his crap, but I think he's muted.
No, I'm not
I like
muted.
No,
I like
mouthing
It's
it.
not.
Skoronski better going in.
But anyway, I'll give
Yes,
this.
Alpha. I know Jalen Carter went to Georgia. Okay.
I'll
I'm,
give this a solid A minus, simply for the fact of I personally would have gone Peter Skoronsky.
Yeah, same.
why
I will
did
give it
they
an A
go
minus.
right
because
over Skoronski?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like losing
That's
my
crazy
crap
to me
over.
too.
Because-
That's actually crazy to me too.
My assumption is they think that Skoronsky's more of a guard. Because that's what a lot of teams are thinking, is that Skoronsky is more of a guard.
You know who else people said that about? And this is an easy connection because they went to the same damn college.
No, I can't think of who it
Rashawn
was.
Slater. They are literally
aware.
built. They are built exactly the same. Slater and Skoronski. They are built exactly the same, and everybody said Rashawn Slater should be moved to guard, and he fell in the draft because of that. And then he ends up being an All-Pro tackle in his rookie year.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll give it an A, simply for the fact I personally would have gone Skoronsky.
I'm going A minus.
There.
I'm gonna
how
go.
about you,
I'm gonna
Poncho?
go B.
I
Skoronski's just
respect it.
better.
Poncho?
I'm still gonna go A, honestly, because like, I do want to see though like how both of their careers pan out though, honestly, just to see like who were basically right about more so.
Speaking
Anyway.
of Skoronski,
Yeah, with
Yeah.
pick number 11, the Tennessee Titans select Peter
Bill
Skoronsky.
Levis.
I'm gonna give
Wish.
this an easy A plus for the simple fact
Yup,
that the
yup,
Titans
A+.
absolutely
Plus.
need to rebuild that O line, especially if they want to keep doing what
That looks kind of like
the
an
quote C4 on YouTube. Run your O line into the ground, especially if they want to keep feeding the beast known as Derrick Henry well into his twilight years. They're absolutely gonna need to prioritize the O line. And Skoronsky can fit either the tackle need, since they released Lawan, or the guard need. Castle,
What?
your opinion?
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, A plus pick. It was a really good pick. He was my number 2 tackle on the board at the beginning of the draft. Obviously, Paris Johnson was number 1, and he was taken with 6, obviously, and Bronski was 11. I think the Bears definitely should have taken him, and the Titans just released Taylor Lewan, and I think he's gonna slot in right where Taylor Lewan was. So I think that's a very need position, the Titans. So I think that's a very good pick. A plus.
I'm gonna give this an A plus plus I think that this was the best pick of the first round, and maybe the best pick of the entire draft. Because not only are you getting potentially the best tackle in the draft, you are also getting a versatile offensive lineman who can probably play just about anywhere on the line. So he can fill in wherever the Titans need him to. He's just amazing. He's a great player. And Castle, you can stop thumbs downing because I know you want me to talk about Nolan Smith, and I'm not going to.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna mute my mic and leave honestly when that pick comes up. But anyways, you're good,
Alright.
though, Nevitz? I can go. I can
Yeah.
just real quick. I honestly agree with the versatility is really gonna be amazing. It's really gonna help him, honestly, and that's gonna really help the team too. I thought they were gonna go with a flashy pick though. I thought they were gonna go with a Will Levis or get a receiver. I'm like, thank God they went
Man.
I feel like the right route in my
We'll
opinion.
talk about Levis later, by the way.
I know, but I'm saying
Are
though, so,
we?
I
'Cause
thought
we
they were
have,
gonna get him
15
early.
minutes.
No
Alright,
mames, way.
You have 15
We'll
minutes.
go without you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We can also skip
Can we
over
at least
to-
talk about Nolan Smith before I leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can
If we
just
get
skip
to
over
the
to
point
30.
where we have to where you have to go, we will jump to pick 30 so you can talk about
Alright,
Nolan
let's
Smith.
And we can
Anyway.
also jump ahead to the Eagles picks before Castle has to leave, and then come back to this.
Anyway, with pick number 12, Lions selected what I think is arguably the worst pick in the draft for their needs. I'm going to give it a D for the simple fact of I think there was way better places they could go with it. They selected Jahmyr Gibbs, a running back, at pick 12. And apparently they said they would have been okay with taking him at 6.
This is so weird. Why did you fumble that bad, Lions? Goddamn.
F.
Anyway,
F. That's all I have to
Nevis
say.
is screaming F.
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 I'm not
Thank you for
screaming.
Swift Lions. Appreciate it.
Dude! Spoiler! Come on!
It
we haven't
happened.
set that up yet.
You can look it up. It's there. It exists.
Oh my
We haven't set that up yet. You jumped it. Give
Always,
your break.
always with the pre-jack, dude. Oh my god.
We literally talked about the bit that Death was gonna do to talk about the Swift pick before stream, and you just ruined it, Castle.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do the bid. I mean, the
Castle,
No,
Castle,
no,
you like
ruined
ruining
it.
bits.
Whatever.
the trade happened.
Castle,
You-
give
you-
your
the
grade
bit
on the,
ruiners.
on the pick already.
F.
Ancho, do you agree with F?
It's literally enough, dude. I don't know why they
Great.
took him so early.
Alright, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Castle doesn't need to talk more about DeAndre Swift, since he wants to jump the gun.
Yeah.
I want to talk about DeAndre Swift.
Do not care.
Well, you already jumped the gun. You already
You
fumbled.
want to jump the gun. and You
Castle,
want to
you have
rush
15
us.
minutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip over it. And I'm sorry. We just don't seem to have time for you to talk about DeAndre Swift to your Eagles. Oh wait, sorry, I'll summarize it. Howie Rosen on the phone with Detroit. Yo, Detroit! I want that
Whoa.
Georgia Bulldog.
Okay. Got you, bro.
End of discussion.
Got it.
In reality,
You want a
DeAndre
second
Swift
rounder?
did request a trade.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys never told me about this bit. What are you talking about?
We literally talked about it while you were in
We talked about it before we started.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I say a few words about Swift?
No,
Please,
moving
You're not allowed.
moving on.
please.
Anyway, with pick number
Please.
13, Packers
Okay.
selected
Please.
Lucas Van
Van Ness.
Please.
You know
Why
what
didn't
this
they get a
is? This is
receiver?
W. And you know what we're gonna do? The Packers are eating that W. This is an
Guys,
amazing
so you're
pick.
trying to get us to hurry up, and now you're complaining that we're skipping over stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever. You do your thing. Do your
we're
thing.
trying to speed it up for you since you keep
Do
complaining.
your
earlier
thing.
that
I'm
we're
telling
taking
you. Do
slow.
your
Okay,
thing. I'm
Lucas
telling
Van Ness. Lucas Van Ness, guys. Why didn't they get a receiver? Why didn't they get a receiver?
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba was
I'm
sitting
gonna-
right there.
I'm gonna give this a C simply for the fact that I would have gone differently. For those who don't know, the Packers got this pick from the Jets because they traded some man called Aaron Rodgers finally.
Aaron
After making us
Rodgers.
wait like 7 years for this trade.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give it a C simply because I would have gone a different direction, but I don't hate the pick. He's gonna fill in nicely for Sean Gary while Gary is out. So I don't hate the pick.
This is what the
Pascal, your
Packers are
thoughts on
taking.
Lucas Van Ness?
Honestly, this is a W pick, but W stands for why did they not pick Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Honestly, you're right.
Yeah.
So
Like
what's
honestly,
the
I
grade?
kind of like the pick. Like honestly, like C.
I give it
All
an A. I think this was a great pick. I understand.
do-
I understand they could have taken a wide receiver, but like, Goody's draft strategy.
No
Yeah.
wide receiver.
He's
Where's the
not going to
QB,
take a
dude?
wide receiver in the first round. And
Where's the
Could've been a
QB pick then?
quarterback.
Where's Will Levis?
Should have been a quarterback.
Should have been Will
Anyway.
Levis.
no,
Or Tanner McKee.
because his strategy is to draft a QB 3 years before his current QB leaves.
Right. Okay. Right.
They're
Right.
planning
right.
So
keeping
like we
Jordan
gotta
Love
we,
around.
when the Packers draft their next quarterback, the timer is ticking on Jordan Love.
Exactly.
It really
as
is.
Long as
It
Goody's
really
still there. As long as Goody's still there.
Oh my God. they
Anyway.
suck.
Poncho, your grade for Lucas Van Ness.
I'm gonna put it in the middle, honestly, where it's like it's a B. Like he's a good edge rusher. The thing is that why not get more weapons for Jordan frickin' Love? Because Jordan frickin' Love needs more weapons.
Too early for tight
Exactly.
ends. And
Also-
Goody doesn't
No, and then
draft
they
wide
also got one of the
receivers
worst tight ends too. They didn't even get a good tight end either, which is the funniest part to me.
All I remember is during the draft is just seeing the Grossi clip come out where he was literally screaming about the fact they drafted Lucas Van Ness instead of
Yeah.
Jackson Jigba because he absolutely wanted JSN.
Oh no, there was another one because we're not gonna talk about Packers. There was one where it's like they got whatever tight end they got, and then I was like, Michael Mayer's right there. Why didn't we trade up for him?
No, it was Darnell Washington. Darnell
Oh.
Washington.
No, it wasn't Darnell Washington.
No, I was watching
Grossi
Grossi's
wanted
stream. He
Washington.
was upset about not taking Washington.
It was
He
Washington.
wanted
okay.
Washington instead of
Bad.
the Luke Stromberg or whoever they picked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I understand
moving
this
on.
disappointment. Yeah, let's move on.
At number 14, we have another trade where a pair of AFC rivals made a swap. The Patriots sent number 14 to the Steelers for the Steelers' number 17 pick and 4th round 120 pick. It's kind of showing off this draft that first rounders have lost a lot of their value versus past years. The Steelers went on to use that to draft one Georgia Bulldog that Howie Roseman couldn't get his hands on in this draft, it feels like, and Broderick
It's very
Jones.
disappointed. disappointed.
Castle's crying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this...
He was supposed to be our Lane Johnson replacement.
Yeah.
Didn't you just draft Lane Johnson?
No, that was Landon Dickerson.
That was like
Dickerson.
10 years ago.
The
Dickerson.
other LAN on the O line.
Yeah.
My bad. Also, for those that tune into my streams after this, I will not be streaming tonight as I got called into the farm tomorrow morning. So
Cool.
apologies about that in advance.
So I have like 4 minutes. So you guys do what you want. I don't care if I talk about Nolan Smith or not, but I would like.
We
to
can just
say-
jump real quick and say
Yeah, and
All right,
then come
real
back.
quick, just grades for Broderick Jones. I'll give it an A.
A. They needed it. They really did need him.
Absolutely needed it. Nevitz, grade.
I'd give it an A.
All right,
All right,
Castle,
here.
Broderick.
Hold on,
Castle,
really
Nolan
quick,
Smith,
really
go.
quick.
Nolan Smith. Let's go. I literally could not believe
There we
that
go.
we got him. I was saying,
Okay.
what?
We're gonna talk about all the Eagles picks real quick.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, Nolan Smith. Cannot believe that we got him. And I also could not believe that Brian Branch was still on the board. So I was like, Smith or Branch, we got a win-win. We took Smith. I think that honestly could have been the better option. We really don't know, but Nolan Smith is one of the most athletic linebackers we've seen. Like not even just this year, but like in a while. He ran a 4.39 40, faster than the majority of our wide receivers. Could he be the Micah Parsons Eagles counterpart? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I really hope so.
All right.
By the way,
Yes.
really quick thing on Brian Branch. I don't think he fills a need as much as you think he does because he's listed on the NFL website. Before he was drafted, he was listed as a cornerback, and the Eagles
Yeah.
do not need more corners.
Really don't.
I mean, we drafted Keely Ringo, but like in the 4th
All
round.
right.
So
Well, that's a
Castle.
fourth round talent though, where like
Yeah.
there's a reason he fell, but it's like it's fine, honestly.
All right,
Okay,
Castle,
so,
do you just want to give your quick review over the whole
yeah.
Eagles draft class before you have to go?
Nolan Smith, I'm gonna go with an A+. Tyler Steen, I'm gonna give it a C-. I don't really like him that much. So I don't really have many opinions except that
Oh, that's your
he's not really my favorite.
Hey, Jones, a replacement.
But he's not from Georgia.
Oh, you're right.
You know who is from Georgia,
Dang.
though?
Broderick Jones.
Eagles' 4th round pick.
Keelan Ringo! Also,
you
I
guys
didn't talk
skipped over
about
Sidney
Sidney
Brown,
Brown
though.
yet. Sidney Brown, good pick. I'm gonna go with a B+.
I wanted him.
Keely Ringo, I don't know what's wrong with his hips, but we're balling. Good
Kind of
pick.
suck. I guess he can still develop it. Go ahead. No, I'll let you finish.
I'm gonna say a B-.
And then in the 6th round, the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts' potential replacement in. Oh wait, sorry, he wasn't drafted in the 2nd round. My bad.
Yeah.
Imagine they did the same thing
yeah,
to Jalen
Tyler
that they did to Wentz. Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Die.
I would too. Oh my God.
Wait, what?
What they got? Tanner McKee?
Yeah, they got Tanner McKee. I was saying, imagine
Tanner
they did the
McKee
same thing to
season, let's
Jalen
go.
that they did
I
to
don't,
Wentz.
I don't really have any opinions on him because, like, we have our quarterback.
He's just
I
a
mean, we
bad guy.
drafted Carson Strong last year, and none of you guys
No,
were
you
going
didn't.
crazy
No, you
about
didn't.
him.
He was
No, you
undrafted.
didn't.
Carson Strong was signed as an
you
undrafted
drafted.
free
So you-
agent.
Oh, actually?
UDFA.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And then
bad.
you
He was a
cut him.
UDFA.
My bad.
Yeah.
We
Caught
also
him before the season
have
started.
we also used to have legend Reed Sinnett. I met that guy. What a
Alright.
guy.
Mhm.
And your opinion on the last pick?
I
which I'm
really
not
like
even
him.
trying to
I
pronounce
really
that.
like him. I'm gonna go with an A for Moro Ojo.
Moro
Alright.
Ojomo.
Night Castle, go to bed, child.
Wait. There's can I give my O Roy and D Roy picks?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, okay. No, offensive rookie of the year, I'm going with Anthony Richardson. Defensive rookie of the year, I'm going with Jalen Carter.
Ooh,
That's
a
bold. Okay, that-
spicy take on Anthony.
The
Richardson.
AR one is bold. The AR
Yeah,
one
I
is
know,
so
I know.
bold.
I like the AR one.
I do too. I actually really like that
Bye,
one.
guys.
Alright, good night, Castle.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, break out the liquor. The child's gone.
I
Okay,
can't
I'm bringing
have
a beer real
20.
quick.
Oh, wait, shit! Alright, Poncho!
Don't worry, Nevis. I'll bring you a beer, okay? Start the next
Bring it
pick. I'll
bring
see
it
you in a bit.
August. Alright, wait,
Alright,
so
come back.
what's the next
Come
pick we
back,
have to
Paul.
talk about? Will McDonald?
Yeah. So number 15 for the Jets, Will McDonald the fourth. They got this pick in the Aaron Rodgers trade.
I hate it.
A C?
I
A
well
C,
actually no.
like-
As a Bills fan, I love the pick. As a person who wants the Jets to be competitive in the AFC East and not the Dolphins, I hate it.
I'll give it a C for the simple fact of it is a rotational pass rusher for them. And he definitely is going to fill a role for them, but at the same time, it's
Nolan
just like
Smith was sitting
Oh.
right there.
It's been sitting for a while. I think it's just because of the pec injury.
dude,
Honestly.
he literally got you a beer.
Here you go. Here you go.
Anyway,
Oh, get it
Nevin,
right now, bro. Come on. Got
Nevin,
this.
your thoughts on? Oh,
I don't like
underage
beer.
drinking, go,
I
go,
don't like
go!
beer.
Hey, we're supervising him. It's fine. We're
Hey,
supervising
wait,
him.
hold
It's
on.
okay.
Evans, if you're 20, how do you know you don't like beer?
Because I've had non-alcoholic beer and I didn't like it.
Vicious.
It's not the same. You gotta get used to it.
Okay,
Oh, let me
fair
I-
enough.
I can't.
Anyway.
I
let
can't
me
really-
cover up when I'm drinking so that we don't get demonetized.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I'm drinking water, guys. I'm drinking water from a can. Don't worry.
Sparkling
In,
water.
in reality, I can't talk much because of the simple fact that I didn't start drinking until I turned 21. And I only got drunk.
Yeah,
I've only drank like a
yeah.
couple
We'll
times.
talk about that later.
And here I am allegedly drink at like 17 or 18.
What?
I was 18.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Alright.
To be fair, I was in
Emmanuel
Mexico. I was in
Forbes,
Mexico.
guys. Emmanuel Forbes.
Anyway,
Yeah, this past,
Hey.
yeah.
so,
Emmanuel
Nevis,
Forbes. That was the
you're
weird
great.
pick.
Alright, hold on. Nevis, you're great for Will McDonald.
As a Bills fan, A+. As a person who wants the Jets to be competitive, like, C.
Yeah.
Love it. Poncho,
Same
do you
thing with-
agree?
Ditto on the C, honestly, because like I did not expect linebackers to go this soon. Honestly.
He's not a linebacker, he's an edge.
Alright. We're gonna
Why are they
rapid
picking
fire.
edge now? Okay, no, never mind. I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. All right,
That's why I
continue.
was
We're gonna
saying Nolan
rapid fire.
Smith is sitting right there.
Yeah, no, that makes no sense then to me. Okay.
Alright, we're gonna rapid fire and get through these.
Yeah,
So,
Emmanuel Forbes.
Next up, we got the Commander selected Emmanuel Forbes. I'm gonna give it a D+. Like Joey Porter Jr., Christian Gonzalez are both on the board. Like I feel like this wasn't a great pick by Washington.
And there are others too that were just sitting on the board that were better, that are probably better than Forbes, but
I also would have taken Brian Branch over Emmanuel Forbes too.
I'd say like C-. No, because I wouldn't have taken Brian Branch over Forbes because the Commanders need a boundary corner, and Branch is not a boundary corner. He's a slot guy. He's a nickel
He
guy.
could have made something a little better, but
Yeah.
that's personal preference.
And then I would give it a C, like just a flat C, because I know that they do reach a lot, and typically it's for a scheme fit, which is like, okay, that makes sense for Emmanuel Forbes too, because he's not awful. It's just we all see it as a reach kind of thing, which is like, and like there's literally the next pick. Take us away, Death.
The next pick at number 17, the Patriots selected none other than Christian Gonzalez.
That hurt. That
I
hurt
was
me
really
so bad.
hoping would fall to 19. Obviously, as an NFL fan that's put my bias to the Patriots aside because I hate them, it's an A+ easily. Obviously, it helped their cornerback room so much. Do we need to talk about it more than that, or can we just all agree to an A+ for the Patriots?
No,
It's an A+ pick.
I hate it. But it's the steal.
No, you hate
it's because he's a Patriot.
Yeah.
It's arguably top 5 steal of the draft.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
Patriots traded back with the Steelers and still got the guy they wanted.
Yeah. Honestly, Gonzalez in that system too, like just in New England is gonna be so good, and it sucks.
He's okay. Well,
He's
actually,
gonna be
you know what I can say? He's a corner that doesn't have the last name Jones, which is a change for the Patriots.
That is a big change. All right. Next up, we have none other than the Detroit Lions selecting linebacker Dan Campbell. Wait, my bad. Jack.
Jack Campbell.
Jack.
I wanted
Jack Campbell.
him.
No
I wanted
relation.
Jack.
No
I
relation.
wanted Jack Campbell so bad.
Same.
When I saw this pick, I was a little surprised. But again, it's the Lions, so anything that their defense will help them a lot. So I'm gonna give it a solid like C+. I can't go higher than that just because it was a reach. I do like the bit that came out from the draft room where like the first thing Dan Campbell said to him was, "I really like your last name."
Okay, you know what? That makes up for it. That makes up for them stealing my guy.
But I'll give it a solid C+.
I'll give it a. I think I value off-ball linebackers a lot more than other people do, other fans and analysts do. It might be because I'm a Bills fan and we had probably one of the best off-ball linebacker duos in the league last year, and I saw how valuable that was for our defense. I give this a B. I think it's actually a good pick. I don't understand why people are hating on it so much.
I'll go back in the middle for C+, honestly. Oh, let me make sure that this is covered. I don't want people to see what I'm drinking.
It's a White
we
Claw,
just need to
guys. It's a
develop,
White
like,
Claw.
We just need to
Oh,
develop
dude.
like, a beer cozy for Papa Poncho for just Stupid Sports, has Stupid Sports logo on it.
Hey, honestly, I'd rather drink like 5 shots of like whatever you put in front of me before I drink a White Claw. White Claw sucks so bad. Claws are
Now-
so ass, bro.
Now, moving on to the 19th overall pick.
Sorry, White
start
Claw,
with
if you
all
want to
the
sponsor us.
We're starting to talk about all of the playoff teams, and we're starting with none other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who wasted Tom Brady's last season in the NFL. I think we can all kind of agree to that.
Was it really their? Actually, no, it was their fault because they had Donovan
It
Smith
was
on
their
their
fault.
roster.
Yeah, and they
Donovan
kept him.
Smith,
And they kept
Byron
him around.
Leftwich, Todd Bowles. I will wait.
Ooh, Adam brings up a good point. Put it in a cup
Oh,
instead
yeah,
of drinking
put
it
it
out of
in
the
a cup.
can.
Oh, easy.
But it's not. It doesn't taste that good though. And then this is a bad beer, anyways.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say the brand, but I think you guys can assume what brand it is.
I think we all know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
But it's
so
bad,
Buck-
and like I got it for free, so I was
obviously,
like, fuck.
as the resident Bucks fan, I will be talking more in depth about this pick. We took, I'm gonna butcher it, Elijah Cansey.
Yep, you said it right.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
When I first saw this, I didn't quite know who he was because I look at a lot of mock drafts to get ready for the NFL draft. A lot of them from Bengal. Shout out Bengal for just being amazing. So I didn't know quite who he was right away. But then once I looked at him, I realized so much how much more I love this pick, and I'm gonna give it an easy A, borderline A plus, because he's gonna be lining up next to Vita Vea. I definitely think the Bucks are gonna be switching more to a 4-3 with having 4 D linemen to put 2 D tackles onto the scene. So that way we can have Vita Vea and Clyde Chikansey on the field at the same time, because he's gonna eat next to Vita Vea, because he was putting up numbers at Pitt while being lined up with nobodies. So I think this is an absolute gem of steel, and he is going to do so well in Bulls' system.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I think he's going to be amazing.
Oh.
And we were talking about earlier, you're so scared of Bijan, but you have literally one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Especially that interior with Vita Vea and now Clyde Chikansey.
At D-tackle, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Not so much.
But
I definitely could see us switching more to a 4-3, with Devin being the outside linebacker, speed rusher, and Levante holding down the middle.
All right, to save time, can we just skip ahead to 25 and we can just move on to all of the Bills picks?
All right. What we'll do is we'll kind of just go over everything. We'll just kind of skip over everything. We'll just
run on wide receivers. Cool, that happened.
Can I just say real quick though? Chargers, why didn't you take Zay Flowers?
I don't know.
Quentin Johnston is literally a physical receiver, and they have so many physical receivers that I don't understand why they wouldn't want to switch it up. I understand that Mike Williams is getting a little bit older, Keenan is a little bit older, so I kind of understand the pick. But go ahead, continue.
All right, I think we can all kind of agree, JSN easy A+, easy.
Yeah.
I don't actually love the pick because I think that, for fantasy purposes, I don't like the landing spot for JSN.
This is their Tyler Lockett. This is their Tyler Lockett replacement.
He's a slot guy. They're going for the Eagles' approach of getting just an amazing wide receiver core. They have one of the best now, without a question.
Anyway, moving on. Quentin Johnson, A-, just because it wouldn't have been my first choice with Zay Flowers right there.
Yeah,
I was going B.
Zay Flowers, I'm going to give the Ravens an easy A just because they absolutely need another weapon for Lamar.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That offense is scary now.
Jordan Addison, easy A.
Adam
really does help them out. Helps out JJ.
Number 2 to Jordan, to Jay Jettas. Kirk Cousins, potential MVP candidate with a bunch of yards probably next year. He's going to have a deadly wide receiver duo. And then next up, we've got the Giants, who selected Deontay Banks.
Pick, in my opinion.
That's a good pick.
They traded up with the Jags with I believe it was a 4th rounder.
No.
Yeah. 5th rounder and a 7th rounder, sorry.
The Bills traded up with the Jags.
Yeah, they both did.
Oh, wait, I got confused.
That's weird.
The Jags had 24, traded the Giants for number 25. The Giants used the 1st, 5th, and a 7th round to trade up with Jacksonville.
Okay.
Traded with the Bills.
All right, so
we want to hear your opinion about 25.
I'm just going to switch the graphic to the Bills one now. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, sure.
And I'll just talk about all the Bills picks. All right. Oops. I'm screwing up over here. Hold on.
All right. Poncho, while he's doing that, let's get Florida DM.
Got it.
No.
All right.
God, no.
Got it. Only when you're drunk.
Dalton Kincaid. He was going to be the Cowboys pick at 26. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew that the Cowboys were going to take at least a tight end, and a lot of people were connecting him to Dalton Kincaid. Brandon Beane is like, frick you, Cowboys. I'm taking him instead. I'm getting my bigger, faster, better, younger Cole Beasley replacement. And at first, I didn't like the pick because, we already have Dawson Knox. Why do we need another tight end? Kincaid is a receiving tight end, and he doesn't really block. which to me is, like I said, a bigger, better Cole Beasley. And we saw how efficient Cole Beasley was in this offense. He's just amazing as a slot receiver. We love our slot receiver, and we got our guy. I give the pick probably an A-. I probably would have preferred to go in other directions with the pick, but I think it's fine. Then with our second round pick, we took the man who I actually wanted in the first round, but he ended up falling all the way to us at the end of the second round, and that is O'Cyrus Torrence. Obviously, interior offensive line, huge glaring weakness in our offense from last year. It is one of the big reasons why the Bengals were able to do so well against us in that playoff game, because their defensive line was just constantly getting to Josh Allen, and a lot of that was because, what's his name? The guy that we got from the Titans, Roger Saffold, did not perform to expectations. Mitch Morse didn't quite do as well as we had hoped he did, but we know what we have in him. He's pretty good. And yeah, so I love this pick, possibly the number one interior offensive lineman in the class, and we got him at the back end of the second round. I give this an absolute A+. Dorian Williams. Where do I start? I think I can start by saying I wanted Drew Sanders. What? What? Huh? Huh?
I'm offering Death some chips.
Oh.
You want some?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm taking
Hold
up time.
All right, just hold
No,
them up on the
no.
other
You guys
side.
are welcome
No,
to
I
give
rather-
input as well, by the way.
No, I rather you do your thing, honestly, like when you go into the second round, because I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna go in depth with mine,
Okay.
in my opinion,
Hold
at
on.
least for like after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
Wancho, hold the chips to the other side.
No, the other, yeah,
Other
yeah,
side.
Okay.
Alright, now take
okay.
them off camera. Lift it all the way up.
All the way
Oh,
up. Okay.
thanks, buddy.
yeah.
Got Not even the same brand, but okay.
Nah, it don't need to be the same brand. It's the bet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Now
I'm
let's
muted
finish
up.
the draft
Let you
up.
continue.
No,
Yeah.
you guys don't have to mute.
Evan.
No, I know we don't have to. It's just like I said, where it's like one of those things where like I'm gonna go in depth with mine.
Yeah.
So
Hold on.
Okay.
Evan, I have a
Respect to yours,
question
yeah.
for ya.
Hmm?
Where's the Josh Allen replacement?
His name is Kyle Allen, obviously. We signed him earlier in the
Kyle Allen.
offseason.
Kyle
Where's
Allen
the
is
Gabe
gonna
Davis replacement?
His name is Dalton Kincaid.
Love
Also-
it! Let's go!
Also Justin Shorter, who I'm going to get to in a minute.
Alright.
But yeah, so Dorian Williams, I think he's fine. Linebacker, obviously a big need with losing Tremaine Edmonds. We still have Matt Milano, but he can't do everything himself. I wanted Drew Sanders because, to me, Drew Sanders is basically a Micah Parsons light, where he can do it all. He can play off ball, he can rush off the edge, and be efficient in both of them. So I forget who even got Drew Sanders, but whoever it was, they got an amazing guy, and I really wanted him. Dorian Williams, he's fine. I'll give it like a C. Well, I'll give it a C+. I like the position. Don't know how I feel about the player yet. I hope he proves me wrong. Now, Justin Shorter. The big story with this guy is when he found out that he was getting selected by the Bills, he went, yeah, praise God. He was so happy to be drafted by the Bills, and that is like the big thing that I really know about him. I don't know him that much as a prospect. I mainly knew about like the top 3 round guys, Justin Shorter's not one that I really did a lot of research on prior to this draft, but I'm very excited that he is excited to be in Buffalo. Yes, Death.
I'll give it the second best reaction to being drafted by the Buffalo Bills, behind the one that jumped through a literal table.
I forgot about that.
Legend.
Yeah.
Also, can you confirm for all other NFL fans whether or not Bills fans actually built tables that they can put back together to jump through?
Unfortunately, I cannot confirm that as I do not live in Buffalo.
Damn it, Nevitz. Alright, we gotta get Nevitz to a Buffalo Bills tailgate so
I
we can confirm.
really want to go to one. I'm gonna work on
Let
it.
me out
Maybe
there, bro.
this
I
year.
got you.
Maybe this year I might go to a Bills game. I hope so.
Alright,
Let me out. I'll join you. I'll join you, bro. Trust.
You want to pay for your
Alright,
plane
hear me
ticket?
God no. God no. You pay for me.
Stupid Sports takes
You
on
think I'm
Bills
made of money?
tailgating. Wait, hold on.
Money?
Nevitz, how many jerseys exactly do you have?
2. I only have the Josh Allen and DeMar Hamlin, but I'm probably going to get a Dalton Kincaid one now.
Here, I got my money for the plane. Is this enough?
Maybe if
That's
you
enough.
grab onto one of the wheels and hold on.
No. They
Wait,
could.
because it
You can put me in
is
luggage,
cut off.
right?
You know
You
the
gotta
wheels
roll
go
it.
up
Need a hand.
into the plane while it's flying, right?
Don't
He
need a
can tie
hand.
himself to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so alright, here's the plan. We'll get Nevitz to wear the Josh Allen. Poncho will wear the Gabe Davis, and I'll just wear the darkest red shirt I can find and immediately
Yeah.
jump through a table so they know I'm one of them. And then
No,
pray to
no,
God
you're-
none of them are subscribed to my YouTube channel.
Here's the thing.
No, Death,
Death,
you're gonna breathe on the table and it's gonna break.
Death, if you wear literally anything other than your Tom Brady jersey, you'll probably be fine.
Hmm.
I don't trust it.
Castle, what are
Alright,
you
hear me
doing?
out.
Go to bed.
Hear me out. I'll get the Brady jersey, but I'll cover up Brady and just put Ellie on the back of it. Problem solved.
Alright, yeah, Nick Broker and Alex
Might be
Austin.
over that though.
Nick Broker and Alex Austin, I admittedly don't know much about. I can't really talk on them. So those are my thoughts on the Bills draft. Overall, I think the Bills had a very good draft. I'd give it like maybe an A-. I would have preferred to go like different directions with certain picks, but I'm very happy with how it ended up going.
Alright. Alright,
Oh,
should we
Death,
go
you're
back
not
to the-
joking. Don't lie to him.
I am joking. I don't. I'm not
Alright,
me.
which one are we going to next? Bucks
Let's
or...
go back to the. Let's just go back to the first round and just quickly review the rest of the picks, and then we'll jump to the Raiders draft class, and Poncho could talk about that, and then we'll
Right.
jump to the Bucks draft class, and then I'll talk about that. All right. Just real quick to speed this up, I'm gonna just give the last draft day deal so that way everything's covered. So the last deal that happened on draft day was Jacksonville trades number 25 to Buffalo for number 27. The Bills also traded their 4th round pick, which is number 130, in order to select tight end Dalton Kincaid, which Evans obviously talked about, and how disappointed he was, and this also me and Poncho on my own stream.
Yeah, we were literally talking on the stream and we were
Ryan.
like, what happens to Dawson Knox?
Honestly. Anyway, the Cowboys selected with their 26th overall pick, Mozzie Smith. Again, I feel like this is a panic selection for the simple fact they were expecting Kincaid to be there. I'm gonna give it like a C, simply for the fact that I don't think it was a good pick for them. I would have gone potentially a corner because Gilmore's probably gonna retire this year or next year. And, being able to sit behind Gilmore and Trayvon for a year would do him really well. There was other places I would do, but again, they want to build up the D-line. Dallas has always been about building in the trenches.
Could you imagine if Dallas took Joey Porter Jr.?
I would hate it.
I think
Shout
Porter went at a good point, honestly.
Shout out to the Steelers for bringing him back to Steel City like his father.
Yeah, honestly.
Because the picture of I saw on Twitter that Steelers, I believe the Steelers posted it, where it's Joey Porter Jr. when the Steelers won the Super Bowl, when his dad was on the team, and then it was Joey Porter Jr. getting drafted side by side
Yeah.
with his dad. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, thoughts on the pick?
B. I thought it was pretty good.
I'd give it like
honestly.
a C plus. Like you said, it was a panic pick, but it's still like,
It was a panic
not
pick.
a bad pick.
Yeah, I still think it was really it was a good pick for like its value.
All right, next up, Anton Harrison, selected 27th overall by the Jags. Jags traded back and probably got a second. They basically got what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a B plus simply for the fact they definitely need to prioritize Trevor Lawrence. I'm not 100% sure if it was the best pick for them, but I honestly don't hate it.
Who was the guy that they lost again on the Jags? What was his name? It,
Oh, they lost their like starting left tackle or one
Cam
of their
Why?
tackles.
Robinson?
The first couple. Yeah,
It wasn't Cam.
suspended.
it was J1. It's J1 Taylor. Jawan Taylor.
Oh yeah, they lost him to the Chiefs, and then their Cam Robinson is gonna get suspended. We're still waiting on the details of that because apparently he tested positive for PEDs.
Rip.
So we're still waiting on confirmation.
By the way, I think it's a good replacement, honestly. So I'll give it a. I'll probably match it with a B plus, honestly, because I think it was a need for them. It was a major need for them, especially for Trevor.
All right, Nevitz.
Anton Harrison was my tackle 4 in this class, which means that if the tackles had gone in the order I expected them to, he would have gone to the Steelers at 14. And he fell all the way to 27. I had him above Darnell Wright on my ranking. So,
Fair
like,
pick.
amazing pick. Big position of need. And I would give it probably an A, borderline A+.
All right, next up, Bengals at 28 select Miles Murphy. Absolutely love that pick.
Went from
Obviously,
the
that
Clemson Tigers to the Cincinnati Bengals.
That
Yeah.
was someone that was getting top 10 hype, and he is going to be lining up on the other side of Trey Hendrickson. Absolutely love that pick for the Bengals. That's definitely something they got to build on because they definitely need to get more of a pass rush going when they're going to likely be playing Mahomes in the playoffs every year, Josh Allen in the playoffs every year.
What does this mean for Sam Hubbard, though?
That's the rotational piece.
It's interesting. It's just interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I love the pick. Obviously, Bengals are my number 3 favorite team in the NFL. So I took over a team in a fantasy league. So somebody had the brilliant idea to start a fantasy league where you start with teams' rosters, like an actual NFL team's roster, and then you just build and trade and draft however you want to. It's really fun so far. I ended up getting the Cincinnati Bengals as the team that I'm controlling in that league. And it's been a lot of fun. I think that this is a great pick for them. I'm glad I traded Sam Hubbard away in that league.
All right, next up at 29, Saints selected Brian Breesy.
Brian Breesy,
Neat.
I don't know which it is.
That's their... Who was it that left for the Vikings? I literally looked it up. Was it...
Davenport? Not Davenport, is it?
I think it was Marcus Davenport.
Davenport left the Saints?
He's a Viking now, I think. Is he?
Let me double check on that. Yeah.
I
He's
think
an
he's a
outside
Viking.
linebacker. But it's basically their pass rush replacement for him.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think good pick fills the need. Go ahead.
I'll give it a B plus simply because I haven't heard a whole lot of them, and I personally would have gone a different direction. I would have personally gone for a second corner to have with Marshawn Lattimore. It has gotten to the point in my life where my
Again.
phone will automatically correct Lattimore to Lattimore.
Again, Brian Brzee a great pick. Joey Porter Jr. sitting right there.
Yeah.
That's all
Anyway,
I'll say.
moving on. As we talked about the Eagles, obviously probably one of the bigger steals of the draft, so we're not going to really talk about it. And then the Chiefs at 31
Stroking.
selected Felix.
Felix Anudike Uzama.
I started looking more into this pick, and it's not as bad as I thought it was. At first, me and Death were literally on a call like, who? Who?
It's someone that I only knew of because Grossi drafted him a couple times in like the second and third round for the. Green
Bengal
Bay.
also talked about him a lot in his mock draft.
Yeah. I don't hate the pick. I'll give the Chiefs a solid like B plus borderline A for it.
They've got a nice young edge duo now with Karlaftis and Anudike Uzama.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
their replacement for the one that they cut. Frank Clark, was it?
And Clark,
Yeah.
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 Oh my God, Frank Clark literally robbed them like
And
in
actually
broad
now,
daylight.
now there are rumors that Frank Clark might be re-signing with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
If he
can see
does,
it.
good for him. Alright, that's
So-
our round one recap. Just real quick. Biggest what the frig moment you guys had during the draft, round one.
Jameer Gibbs, 100%.
Jameer Gibbs.
Actually,
Jameer
no.
Gibbs.
Actually,
Freaking
no.
Gibbs.
Texans trading up to 3.
That definitely was a big. That was not a what the frig. It was a shock moment.
Yeah. I'm like,
Like a damn.
what?
That and the
I'm just
Bills
like, I'm
trading
like,
up.
every mock draft that was made out the window. Nobody, I think literally, Daniel Jeremiah, in his final mock draft, he had the Texans trading up to 3. I had never seen it before that, and everyone called him a madman for doing it. And then it actually happened.
Yeah.
In my mock draft that I had done for the first round, I didn't do trades, obviously, but I did have the Cardinals select Will Anderson at 3, so, you know, at least I got him going to the right pick number.
Yeah. Really quick, before we move on to the other teams' picks, I just want to talk about something real quick. So, obviously, at pick 32, which would have been a first-round pick any other year, but, you know, Miami gonna Miami. And,
Yeah.
you know, for
They
their first-round
wanted
pick.
Old Man Tom. They wanted
Um,
Old Man Tom so
so-
bad.
At pick 32, the Pittsburgh Steelers took Joey Porter Jr., and if I'm correct, this is the first time that a father and son in NFL history have played for the same team.
I
I can't think of
it's the
any other
first
time.
I think it's the first time they were drafted by the same.
Oh yeah, drafted by the same
Yeah.
Again,
Oh,
don't quote me on that. Just really quick to go over teams that didn't have a first round pick. Rams traded theirs for Matt Stafford. Broncos traded theirs for Russell Wilson.
That's country
The
left side.
Niners traded theirs to get Trey Lance to be a probable backup. Then
Dolphins
they traded to
forfeited.
Miami.
The Dolphins got their.
They traded to Miami, who traded it to
Denver,
Denver
who traded it to New
for
Orleans.
Bradley Chubb. Who
Yeah.
traded it to New Orleans for
Sean
Sean
Payton.
and
That
I
pick
think
is
that's
going around.
everybody.
Too much.
Oh, Browns traded theirs for
Deshaun.
A massage boy.
Massage.
Massage boy.
Wait, who else has 2 picks? Because I thought there was someone else who had 2 picks.
The original Saints pick went to the Eagles.
Yeah. So the Saints only got their first round pick because they traded Sean Payton.
Correct.
Alright. So
Anyway,
now we're going to go to the
Do you
Raiders.
want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Wait. I can go first.
Alright.
Cool.
I think I have a lot of picks though. I think. Let's check though. I'm waiting for the board to do
I
it.
think
for me.
I only have like 6 or 7.
How many do I have?
You have 9, Poncho.
Oh my God. We had 12 draft picks too, by the way. Just clarify.
Well, actually,
Tampa had, like-
technically you have 8 because we already talked about Tyree Wilson.
Okay.
I think Tampa had like 9 originally, and they traded like a couple in order to trade up for different guys.
Okay, so first round we were talking about Tyree Wilson. Him. Thank God we got like probably the best, one of the best edges.
I think he and Will Anderson are 1A, 1B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Honestly.
like Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson, and we
Alright.
got him at 7 instead of like 5 or something like that. Top 5 value. Okay.
Poncho, what about your lovely replacement for Darren Waller.
Oh yeah, Michael Mayer.
Wait,
Honestly,
so-
I'm surprised we got him. Go ahead.
My question is that a Darren Waller replacement or is it a Foster Moreau replacement?
Waller. 100% Waller. Foster Monroe, like, after a while, he just couldn't catch anymore. Which sucks, because I really like Foster Monroe. And
Also,
I
really
wish...
sucks that he got cancer.
Oh, no. I was going to talk about that real quick, where
Yeah.
it's like, I think we are going to give him, like, the roster spot just so he can get the treatment. I hope we do.
Oh, so you're gonna pull a Dodgers?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay, so you're still gonna
Yeah,
pay
for
him
cancer.
basically so that he can get the treatment.
I hope so. I really do
Oh, the
hope
Raiders
so. Because I
actually
know there was
did a good
consideration.
thing?
I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much. Holy shit.
You're taking the pointers from the Dodgers. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Brian Young, he's very, like, the third rounder, Brian Young, he's very 50-50 to me because, like, give me a good D tackle. I think he can be a really good D tackle, but I think it's, like, the equal, like, his ceiling and his floor is just so, like, the same, where it's, like, is there a boom or bust? So it's, like, I like his value, though, for third round. Then this is where, like, I think, like, my least favorite pick, Trey Tucker, because, okay, I like that he's a speed wide receiver. Like, I love that. We do
What's your
need, like,
red
more,
zone?
like, oh, we need more, like, speed backs. I'm not talking about slot. But he also plays slot, which is also so weird to me. It's like, okay, this is a C minus to me if we don't trade Renfro. Because we already have Jacoby, who can play slot. And we have this guy that's able to play slot, and it's like, why do we need so many slot receivers? God damn.
Maybe he's gonna be your #1 receiver.
But oh yeah, totally. He's the Devontae Adams replacement, totally.
Oh, speaking of Devontae Adams, did you guys see Grossi's post on Twitter?
What do you say?
He basically posted the "Everybody stay calm" meme because the Packers have given Devontae's number away already.
Ah man, that sucks.
Wait, who's wearing
Makes
17 now?
One of their rookies.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look at
Oh yeah,
this.
and then I believe it's the 4th round. I think. Is it 4th round?
Fourth.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Corian Bennett. We got him for the same value that he was drafted in. Like his position was supposed to be like that number, and we got him at that number. So I'm honestly not that bad. And he looks like a really good like corner. So or at least like secondary player. So I really do like that. And then I really.
Guys, Castle's back in the chat. Tell him go to bed.
Go to bed,
bed.
Castle.
Bad Castle.
Have school in the morning, you child.
It's
And then,
the kicker.
No, they did not give the number to their
They
kicker.
gave 17 to their kicker.
Oh, he has no audio. He's watching the game, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, dude. Psych. Can you say psych? Say psych right
I'm
freaking
not
now, dude.
joking. I am
You
Oh,
not
say
there's no way
joking.
they gave it to the kicker.
You can't see that, can
No.
you?
I'm going to Twitter. Oh, I can't go to Twitter because I have something.
Packers,
Right.
what are you doing?
First round,
hell?
outside linebacker Lucas Van Ness, number 90. Wide receiver Jaden Reed, number 11. Colby Wooden, number 96. Sean Clifford, number 8. Dontavian Wicks, number 13. Carl Brooks, number 94. 6th round kicker Anders Carlson, number 17.
You're really hating on the boy now. God damn.
Yeah. Anyway,
Also,
Poncho, keep going.
also shout out that other Carlson, Daniel Carlson's brother. I hope he does well. Honestly, he's a big kicker too.
All right, your other 4th round pick.
Okay. Aiden O'Connell. I wanted Jake Hainer. I think that's his name. The Fresno State quarterback. I wanted him so bad because I was like, oh, he'll do good. I think because I think they said that he was like one of the more NFL ready guys. You just have Aiden O'Connell that's like literally like just very average. Like he's just a backup basically. Like he'll be a career backup.
I have a question. Jimmy G replacement by week like 7?
Week 6.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Right.
knock on wood. Oh my god. Okay.
Next up, Fifth round.
Yeah, Christopher Smith. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I'll be honest.
He's a safety from Georgia. One of the only.
Oh no, I remember. Okay, no, he'll do good. I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do just fine. But no, wait, I think it was the linebacker safety, like a double or whatever. It's either him or the other guy.
What?
There's a guy that played safety and linebacker, like he combined the two.
Not you, Poncho. I'm talking about Nevitz.
Nevitz.
Oh, I was just saying in the chat, I might have to get a Justin Shorter jersey. He's wearing 18, a la Peyton Manning. I have to go in like 2 minutes.
Okay, the rest of the guys, I think they'll do perfectly fine. Trey
right,
Turner was like my only complaint. So go
right.
ahead.
What we'll do is we'll just go over the Bucks draft class at the beginning of the next episode.
Or you want to rapid fire your opinions on each player really quick?
I don't have time for that. I have to look at it.
Okay.
We'll save it for next episode. We'll do it at the beginning of the next episode.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Subscribe.